All right, so today we're going to be working on the landing of some stairs. We're going to use Bondo to fill where they removed the risers, the rails out of the deal. I just get a piece of plastic, something like that. I put tape down on it, overlap the edges. This is going to make it so that whenever I'm done at the end of the day, like if you had a Hawk or something like that that you were using, that you can simply peel that off and throw it away. You don't have to go through the cleanup process. I'm using Bondo, which you can get at any automotive store, Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's. The product comes in a 1 gallon can or a quart can, and then it's got the hardener. The Bondo will not harden without the hardener. So you start out by simply getting your Bondo, putting how much you think it's going to take, and then you put your hardener on. If you put too much hardener on, then it is going to just dry really fast. If you don't put enough hardener in it, then it's never going to dry. Then you're going to mix those two together. Until they're thoroughly mixed and they're one. What I'm using here is just like a Bondo spatula. You can get it in the same section as the paint products, the paint scrapers and stuff like that at your local Home Depot or Lowe's. They're great because they're flexible and they're also pretty inexpensive. I want to put a little bit more hardener. This is great for trim, wood doors, entry doors. Like if you have a metal door and somebody scratches the middle door or puts a dent in the middle door. Because Bondo doesn't shrink. You're going to come down, you're going to put your Bondo on. You want to try to get as close to it as possible. On stuff like this, all I'm trying to do is get a little skim coat so that when we paint these stairs, they will look like, literally like glass. As I'm going along the outside edge, I'm putting pressure with my pinky. When I go along this edge, I'm going to put pressure with my index finger because I'm trying to get it to where the edges are low, but the center is a little bit more built up. You're not going to make it so perfect. You're going to have to sand. And this is dry. The other great thing about Bondo is it dries very fast. Probably within about 20 minutes, this would be ready to sand. With me on Bondo, I'm going to start out sanding it at probably an 80 grit. If it falls on the floor like that piece that I just had that falls on the floor, leave it alone. Let it dry, and then it's easier to pull up. But you will have to sand this. Like here, I've got a piece of trash. Just get that piece of trash out. You want to sand your steps beforehand so that the Bondo is, because the floor would be etched, the Bondo will have something to stick to. Now we're going to skip up here to the top of the stairs. Where you see this situation here, which was where everything was going through it, you want this to be smooth as well. You're going to do the same thing, sand it in advance, and then you're going to come in and you're going to fill up. You want to work as fast as possible because the Bondo, depending on the temperatures and how much hardener you put in it, can literally start drying in, shoot, I've seen it as quick as 5 minutes. try to just get it on there to start with, and then try to smooth it out once it's on there to get it to the final finish. Bondo's already hard. So there's no sense in messing with it. At this point, you will just let it dry and then mix it up for the small area next to it. When this is dry, like I said, you can start out with like an 80 grit, move up to 120, however fine you want it to be, and then you would prime it and paint it as normal. Thank you.